and feeling at the time. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you sort of in my mind as we go about trying to win the Ultimate Racing League Saturday Manufacturers Cup. I nearly called it the trophy because that's what I commentate on. It's the Cup, League One. Yeah, before we start, I'll use it as an opportunity to show you my car in a second. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's subscribed to my videos. We're at 395 subscribers. I had a message on the car, but I've accidentally raced with the wrong livery. You will notice this isn't my normal livery, and I'll talk about that in a sec as well. Yeah, I had a thank you message on the car, and I forgot to apply it to the car. Anyway... championship order. So what is this all about? Right, it's a 10 race championship. Well, it's 20 races, 10 rounds. And the lowest scoring round of the championship is removed from your score. So with all the 9 rounds before us taken into account and the worst result dropped from those 9 races, I am, I believe, 2 points in front of Grasshopper, who is the fellow just 2 places behind me on the grid. By the way, sorry to the other guys who are taking part here that some of the liveries haven't loaded in. Mine did, but this is DJ Grasshopper in his Citroen. He is one of my main title contenders, and then we have to go all the way down the grid to a Jaguar, which is a couple of spaces back for Osman, who entered this round as the championship leader. Just by a couple of points. I don't know how many, but I think it was also 2 points or something small like that. So basically, it's all to play for tonight. Whoever comes out on top tonight is very likely to be crowned the champion. Okay, I am not going to tell you what happened, so stay tuned. This is going to be a roller coaster, trust me. I've just been on it, and I'm going to take you for a ride on it now. Okay? First things first. Well, actually, yeah, hang on. We'll start racing in a second. Let's just look at the car. So I themed it on supermarkets again. So I'm usually panic at the Tesco, but I just thought, you know what? Let's just theme it as a joke about Sainsbury's and Asda. Okay, the previous car was Tesco, and it was a 2-tone livery, so I thought, you know what, we'll go with Sainsbury's and Asda, and then I was bored, so, you know, just, why not put Huggies on there? Oh yeah, loads of I put the stupidest sponsors I could think of. I don't get what the meme is about Beppis, but it's apparently a funny meme. Gen Z understand it. This faster car one here. And then most importantly, I opened a portal to hell by putting a Holden VXR logo on a Mustang. Why not? And on a serious point, before you all lose attention and everything, a shout out to P3. People, Potential and Possibilities, an amazing charity in the Warwickshire area. They help people avoid becoming homeless rather than trying to pay for accommodation for people who already are homeless. So they're very different about how they treat homelessness. They are really proactive in making sure that people actually stay with shelter over their heads. And I raised a couple of grand for them a few years ago doing the London Marathon. I am going to be doing the London Marathon, walking it, not running it. So that's another announcement. It'll have its own video later on, though, and we will explain. Thank you for watching, everyone, and we've got our first viewer, so it'd be rude not to start the racing. Let's get going. Did I just click X? I did just click exit. Well, let's go on board. So I will hang on. I will keep it on the camera that I use. We will pretend it is live. Right, I qualified in 2nd place. Matty just pipped me to pole right at the last minute. I was on pole until Matty crossed the line on his final lap. So we're going down into turn 1, and I didn't want to do anything stupid here. It's the first corner of the race, so just try and focus on getting a nice exit. I was very conscious of Bry, the mechanic behind me, looking like a very fast guy. So I was a bit nervous through there. Could have taken more curb and missed the curb on the side there as well. And then getting a bit of a rough exit, but I saw behind me that Bry had as well. Just feathering the throttle, that's what I meant through there. And then it was a bag of nerves through here, if I remember correctly. I held it together, but I was like not really feeling it. Missed my apex there as well, and as soon as I missed the apex there, I was just thinking, oh crap, Bry is going to have me in that toe. I'm trying to hold on here to the toe that Matty's giving me, and use that to defend against Bry, but you know, it was, I could look at him, he's gaining on me, I was aware, I wasn't looking behind me while I was racing, try and brake as late as I can, and this is the weakness of this car, is this corner. You see having to get out of the accelerator just as I crest the apex there. The road dips down, and look at the lead that Matty's got on me here. But talk of the championship, looking behind, Grasshopper is in 4th place. I just need to finish in front of him, so my beef is not with Bry, it's not with Matty. Okay, so again, just keeping in Matty's toe, braking as late as I can, don't give Bry the opportunity to come up the inside, but then got to make sure that I get a clean exit through here. It looks like the Mustang's just a bit easier on the exit than the Genesis behind. Again, didn't clip that as much as I could. I'm not getting quite as deep into these corners, but that was a better exit that time. And just trying to hook it to that inside, and really needed to be 2 wheels over the white line there a little bit. I saw Matty braking there, so I braked as well, but I don't normally. I usually just coast through there. This corner, look how wide I went there, and I was sure that was going to be a penalty. Well, I have to pretend that I don't know. Oh, let's see if it's a penalty. It wasn't. I just got away with that by a pixel. Obviously it comes up purple here because it's the 2nd lap, but following really close behind Matty, just again focusing, lifting under brakes there, so notice how I lifted off the brakes, and Matty gets himself a definite penalty here. So this, in my mind, I was like, right, I need to follow him in the slipstream, and just need to stay close to him, because on this next lap he's going to get a ½ a second penalty, and that will give me the lead. But I can't be thinking about the lead, because look how close Bry is. Bry is right there. So following Matty as much as I can, and only moving out as late as I can, because I don't want to be weaving too much. I was like, you know, I want to just move back to my line to take the corner. So hopefully that was okay. You know, Bry was not going to be able to get around the outside. So just having to get my elbows out a little bit whilst also looking forwards, and we're costing each other time here. Look, we're 3/10 off the previous lap, just because we're fighting each other. And I can see in the background there's that Grasshopper looked like he was a bit closer. Is this corner going to go a bit better this time? That was a bit better. But you can see there that Bry had a fantastic exit, and he's right on me this time, and I'm saying to myself here, I think Bry's going to get me here. I'm going to follow Matty until he takes the penalty. Matty will ghost there, so we'll just go through him. Now just retake the racing line, and Bry I keep calling Bry because someone else calls him Bry. Much later on the brakes, but now he's just got, this time I've not got a slipstream, right? So this time Bry is just gonna be gaining down this straight. There's no way that I can defend this. I tried to go a bit wide to try and disrupt him, but he follows quite closely. I pick a side, I think. I just decide, you know what, I'm going to keep it on the racing line this time and just try and brake as late as I can. Tried to brake later than Bry. Got a slide because I broke too late, and that puts Bry to my inside. So Bry now with his first chance, but I've got the superior drive off the corner, and I've got the inside going into this right-hander here. So just holding it. Having to gather the car up slightly, we are costing each other time here. And again, Grasshopper, who is the real threat for the championship, will be gaining on us whilst ever we're fighting like this. But clear track in front of me now. I'm leading the race, and I've got 2 cars in between me and my championship rival. So I'm thinking to myself, if these guys get past me, so what? As long as I finish at least a place in front of Grasshopper, that's all that really matters. And again, Bry just getting a really good exit out of that corner over the bridge. That was the corner really complained about the most. The back end just not stable. I'm having to go to the inside here, and Bry's managed to got himself on the outside. I'm just going to brake later than him, and then what did I do? Well, I basically just backed off and just said, you know what, I'm going to follow you down the straight now. I will try and get Bry's slipstream. So just play. It's sort of like a no after you sort of move. And here you can see this is the impact of the slipstream, because look at this, I'm gaining on him. I'm gaining. He moves to the inside, and I'm just thinking, right, well, I'm going to pin him to the inside this time. I'm braking at that 100-meter board and trying to run it around the outside, but Bry defended that so well that time. Wouldn't let me have the inside, wouldn't let me have that apex, but I'm getting out of shape a little bit there, but that was because Bry was lagging at that stage. Bry did have a bit of lag going on, and you can sort of see it on the replay. Both me and Matty both noticing that as well. Matty there in my back, in my rear view mirror, and DJ is not on the back of us just yet. Let's see, and I get it all wrong here. I live to fight another day, but really slow out of here, and then Matty, I'm pretty sure, is going to have me here. The only thing is, I've compromised Matty's run in the slipstream here. Matty can't get in the slipstream because he was already alongside me because of my mistake. So, you know, I've made my first mistake. I'm cracking a bit under pressure. I'm just following here the slipstream of Bry. Very late on the brakes. Matty very gracious there, letting me have the apex. He could have backed off the brakes and stopped me from claiming that apex, but he didn't. He's a very clean guy, is Matty. Matty, I think, maybe playing the long game a little bit as well, but now, look in the rear view mirror, and I could see this in the race. I can definitely see Grasshopper and also Silly Shot getting very close to this battle ahead. And you can see them on the map as well, down at the bottom there, the track map. We wouldn't normally have that on during the race, but this is just a replay. Now, I got a really good exit there. I was really happy with that. Sort of settled back into a rhythm, still not really taking that curb. That was a weakness for me all race there. But a nice solid exit on the purple sector, so this was the fastest first sector for me and for anyone. You can see now I've pulled a decent gap on Matty on this lap, and nice. That was nice actually. I'm happy with that. Let's see. Have I finally conquered this corner? Yes. This is the best lap for me. So now what I'm thinking to myself is, let's stop defending. Let's start attacking. This is a lap where Matty's no longer able to attack me from that far back. I mean, look at this. I'm 3/10 up on my personal best here as well, and I'm in the toe of Bry. So hitting my brakes at the start of the rumble strip, down into first gear, and I think short shifting into second, trying to get a nice smooth exit, and again I did get a good exit here. I'm going to give Bry a load of trouble down into turn one. But I think even from here, I already thought, I'm too far back to have a go. I mean, look at this. I'm in a distant toe here. There's no way that anything's happening down into turn one, and I didn't get the fastest lap either. And it was all just because that exit out of the final hairpin just wasn't great. But look at that now. So I'm really finding that apex on turn one. I'm really happy with it. Yes, this time I find the apex on that one. Bit wide there. You want to be closer to the concrete, and this was the first big problem. So Bry hit the barrier there. He's now got dirty tyres, and Bry will struggle for a couple of corners here because of that. But it also compresses me into the clutches of Matty. So here we go. I now have to attack Bry whether I want to or not, because I've got Matty back on me and Grasshopper also there as well. This is becoming a slipstream battle for the championship. At this stage I am pulling away in the championship. There's a second race after this. We'll talk about the second race. Well, my mouth's going to be tired after this, but we've got a second race to come. So braking again at the start of the rumble strip, and I'm trying to hook the car to that apex, and there we go. That was a much better exit that time, and Bry is right in my sights this time. That was the lag. You see that lag there? That was absolute killer. He absolutely teleported, and this now puts Matty right on me because I lifted because of that lag. We're in a car sandwich here. I'm just watching carefully and late as I can on the brakes, trying to go around the outside of Bry. There was a bit of a tap there. I think we hit each other ever so slightly. Matty gets caught up in this. There's now two cars. And another tag there on Bry, but you know, we fall back into line. We're all being very sensible. Now Grasshopper is right on us. We are costing ourselves a second a lap here. Bry, so we're on lap 8 as well. I'll just say, according to my data, this was the point where I should be pitting. Shortly after this, maybe lap 9. Hunting down Bry, but look at this, Matty again really close to me here. Again, giving me he's giving me no mercy. Right, he's coming for me, and I'm just staying in this because of the toe off Bry. Now that time I was really late on the brakes, but I managed to play it quite well. I got a cutback, it's all now just about using that toe. This looks a bit closer than it was on previous laps. I think this lap I should be able to, well, I don't know what I was doing there. I've no idea. I pulled out of the toe for some reason. That was stupid. But here we go. We are going for Bry. And we've got Matty behind us as well. So I've got the nose of the car in front there. That was the key thing. I got the nose of the car in front, but Bry just tapped me. Close hard racing here. We're going to try and go side by side into a corner where you definitely can't. I'm trying to give him room, trying to hold on. We're banging doors, but I quite like this kind of racing, to be honest. This time I've got the inside, so it's now my lead. You know, a couple of corners there side by side. My heart was racing here, and then I'm not out of the woods because I messed up this corner, and then Bry hits me there. It's just a mistake, but he hits me, and then I light up the tyres because I'm wide and get span basically, and Bry there hitting me. I think, well, you know what, the thought of waiting for Bry never even crossed my mind there, but I do think, you know, he hit me rather than me hitting him. Hopefully just a racing incident, but Bry initiated it with the initial hit up the rear. Look at this now, Grasshopper is leading. Grasshopper is about to lead the championship. He is in first place. I am in fourth, and I'm also nowhere near the slipstream. Really nowhere near this this battle in front. So, you know, what am I thinking to myself here? Well, I'm thinking to myself, it's all over here. You know, let's just let's try and catch them. But there's not much. Like, I was looking at the gap and seeing if I'm catching them, but I wasn't really. I was hoping that they would start slowing each other down, but they weren't really. The gap staying roughly the same here to these three guys. Silly Shot briefly taking second place off Matty. But Matty, I would say, from qualifying was the fastest guy by a mile out of all of us. So I'd expect Matty to have what it takes to pull some manners on Silly Shot and Grasshopper. But now, yeah, I'm literally at this point. I'll tell you what I was thinking. I'll tell you what I was thinking. I was thinking, can I undercut them in the pits? And part of me wanted to do it this lap, but I saw the delta there of 0.6. You see it on the screen there. I know that the medium tyres are 0.6 seconds a lap slower than than new softs. So it was just marginal for me to pit this lap. I was thinking, you know, if I'm going to pit, I need to make sure it works. I need to know that the strategy is going to work. So I stayed out, and then I'm just hoping that these guys don't pit on the next lap, because if we all pit on the next lap, it's all going to be status quo again. So again, I'm just getting my head down here and just thinking, can I catch on to these guys? There's no way that I'm going to get past this lap. There's less grip in the tyres at this stage. The car's becoming a little bit tricky to drive through Izal, having to lift through there and take it super steady through here. Hooking to the inside there, trying to get that good exit again. 2/10 down, just because of tyre wear, really. Having to take second gear through that corner this time, and making mistakes. I'm pushing like crazy here. You know, I'm making mistakes. So, yeah, what can I say? So, at this point, it looks like the championship is up in the air for me. I needed to beat Grasshopper. Grasshopper is currently leading the race. Yeah, that is obviously the opposite of what we want. But, you know, let's try and make something happen. That was my mindset of let's just roll the dice. You see, they are holding each other up here. And you know what? We're going to do something that I couldn't do in the race here. We're going to go and follow those guys in a second, because I'm about to pit. So I do try to undercut them, just a one-lap undercut. But let's go on board with Silly Shot here and see what happens whilst I'm in the pits. So let's see what lap times they're doing. So 1.3 seconds, 1.4 seconds off the ultimate pace. And yeah, so you can see that basically Grasshopper is just towing everyone around here with the slipstream. And that's very typical at Deep Forest Raceway, that the straights make such an important impact on lap time that you have to be lightning fast to pull away from anyone. So they're 2/10 down on their best pace. They don't seem to be holding each other up at all here. And very clean laps, driving at the same sort of speed that I was driving at on the softs. Oh, is he going to get a penalty for that? That was as close to as you want. Is that a penalty? I don't remember him getting it. No, he didn't get a penalty. Very lucky, Silly Shot. That is so lucky, mate. But it doesn't look like they've cost each other any time, any of these guys. Let's see now. Matty has a go here at DJ, and oh, DJ has messed up the hairpin. He's gone and defended, and that has allowed Matty to get through. And then they all go? Yep, they all pit here. The battle continues, and now we need to go back on board with yours truly. So here I am. I'm coming into the hairpin now on my medium tyres, and I've no idea, am I going to come out of the pits way in front or way behind, or about the same? So let's see what happens. I'm not telling you what happens, okay? You have to keep watching. Try not, you know, I'll try to be poker faced. Right? They are exiting the pit lane there on the map. So I am gaining rapidly on them, but there they are. They are all there in front, and I have sort of gained a couple of, like half a second, something like that. I've gained about half a second on them, and I'm just thinking if I'd have pitted one lap sooner, I'd have been right there. I'd have been in the middle of them. But look at this as well. I don't know how it's happened, but DJ has actually had a slower pit stop than Matty. I have no idea how that happened, whether he put some fuel in by accident or something like that, but Matty has come out of the pit lane in front of him, Oh no, it's because he went into the pit lane in front of him, didn't he? Obviously. But look at this now. I've caught Silly Shot. I'm used to these tyres. These guys will be not used to these tyres. I've already done a lap on them. Right, so I'm already committed. And I've got back into the slipstream range. I am now part of this battle, and I'm thinking to myself, well, Grasshopper has only got one place in front of me here. And let's see what happens. So Matty gets a massive spin. That's going to promote Grasshopper, but it's gone into the side of Grasshopper. Grasshopper has had to back off, and here we go. I've managed to get past Grasshopper. I've managed to get past Matty. The tables are turned. The tables have turned, and I've just got Silly Shot in front of me for the race win here. So I'm thinking to myself, am I going to go for him? Am I going to dive bomb? No, don't dive bomb. Right, we've got 3 laps left, and see how close Grasshopper came to my back end there as well. But he knows what he's doing, does Grasshopper. And I know that I don't have to watch my mirror with him, where he's not going to go for silly moves. Now, this was all about just putting pressure on Silly Shot. I actually rear-ended him there and there. Not intentional. He's just not got the confidence that I had. I was just really, really happy with these medium tyres, and I don't think he was as happy with his. But I'm just thinking to myself, well, if he's struggling, then all I need to do is keep close to him and get him in the slipstream. So here I am. I'm now in the slipstream against that Mercedes. It looks like I could get him here. I can't remember if I do or not. But look at that. I'm going to go for the move. I know myself too well. Let's go from this view. I was doing it from the nose view. So I basically pull into the inside, get an okay exit. I thought I'd got a penalty there. Did you see that? I was over the line. Let's see. Do I get a penalty? I'm not telling you. Well, no, I didn't. The gods were on my side there. I didn't get a penalty. Now, Silly Shot has got a chance here of coming back at me. Right, he got a better exit than me because of that slide. So I'm just defending and then making my one move back across the track. I always make sure that I move back before the braking area, so no turning under braking. And now Silly is defending against Grasshopper. Grasshopper has got through, so it is now 1-2, and Silly Shot actually managed to get himself back through. I wasn't seeing this, by the way. I was seeing it on the leaderboard, but I wasn't seeing how it was happening. So Grasshopper gets himself behind, and then I heard over the radio that Silly Shot had got a penalty. I could see that they've held each other up something chronic. I mean, look at the gap. The gap there is a couple of seconds. They've really got in each other's way, and that's allowed me just to scamper off here. So you know what? I'm just going to go on board and see exactly what happened, because I don't know what happened here either. All I know is that my oven's on fire. Hang on, one second. Oh, I see why. Yeah, okay. Ooh, I've gone dizzy. I've stood up too quick. So Grasshopper has actually, so he's obviously got Silly Shot in the tow. That's right, with the penalty. But then Silly Shot is now right behind him, and I think that Mercedes is just a faster car in a straight line, and it's got a slipstream. So I was unaware that this was happening. Look at this. This is close. And yeah, he just holds the inside. Nice. Holds it, and Grasshopper just slightly bumping him there as well. Going up the inside, but he's going to have the outside in this one. And now Matty looking to get in on the action as well. It must be very stressful being Grasshopper at this stage, both attacking and defending, and watching your championship hopes go out the window at the same time. There's a second race after this, which I'm going to commentate on straight away. But let's just see what happens here. I know what happens. There's me off in the lead, and then we've got Grasshopper's going to try and get a cut back here. It looked like Silly was just a bit wide off the exit there. So Grasshopper in a great position here. I had no idea that this was happening and what's going to happen. So he's going to try round the outside. That's going to give Silly the inside for the hairpin. Is Silly just going to deny him the apex? It looks like it. Yes, and you know what? Silly. Oh, and then Matty. Matty with the undercut. Oh, what a move. And then so Matty manages to then get himself in Silly Shot's slipstream. And Matty now holding on with the slipstream, and it's going to be Grasshopper in 4th place. I saw it on the leaderboard, but I didn't see how it happened. Silly holding on to 2nd place. That was a masterclass through the final corner from Silly. He denied Grasshopper very fairly there. He made a nuisance of himself, and Grasshopper paid the price. But SitRep, what happened? So I won the race. That's the first thing. I brought it home. I was just chilling out on the final lap because I had a 3-second lead, and I just had to make sure that I brought it home. No stupid mistakes. So that's what I did. Got the win. And what does this mean then, championship-wise? So it means now that my championship lead over Grasshopper is somewhere in the region of 6 or 8 points, something like that. I don't actually know. What we do know is that we've now got a reverse grid race where I'm going to start last. Grasshopper's going to start 2 cars in front of me. And Oz is going to start pretty much near the front as well. I'm going to have to fight my way through, but in my mind, I'm thinking so long as I finish no more than 1 place behind Grasshopper, I'm guaranteed to be the champion. Okay, I'd done the maths in my head, and I knew that to be the champion, I basically just had to follow Grasshopper. That would be enough. So now we've had some problems with the replays loading, but let's see if we can make it load. Let's try it. If not, I will end the stream and then I'll start a new stream once I've got it working. It's weird, surreal, isn't it, doing a video where I know what happens, and I don't think it's a very good format for a video, to be honest, so I won't do this again, but it's a bit of a one-off. It's not every day that we're in a championship battle into the last race of the season. And here we go. This is the Jeopardy that I mentioned. I'll show you the car in a sec because the car is also different this race. So this is the car for the final race. So the Tesco liveried Ford GT has gone. And I am playing as my alter ego in this race. It is not Panic at the Tesco. It is Murder at the Morrisons. I made this car specially for this race. If you're wondering, that is Van Morrison from The Doors. And he's on the door. There's many layers of jokes on this car, okay? Putting the doors on the doors. The other problem we had was I asked someone to put the Morrisons logo on the rear wing, but he told me that they didn't have a spare I and a spare S. So unfortunately, we just have this on the rear wing. Nothing we could really do about it. You know, if anyone's got a spare I and a spare S, let me know. And actually, I said that I had to thank you, and once again, just thank you everyone who's watched this season, who's watched my commentary and everything. It's been great, and it's been nice having all of this feedback off people. I'm definitely going to do more commentary videos, and the racing's going all right as well, I've got to admit. So, not giving anything away though. Anything could happen now. I could crash. I could get taken out. I got took out in that last race by accident by Bry, and I somehow looked my way into first place because of the carnage in front. So what I was feeling at this stage was I've been very lucky. but I've now got to do it again, and this time I've got to do it from last. I'm starting on the hard tyres. We're not going to go and look at what tyres anyone else is on because I didn't know, so why should you? Here we go. We've got 18 laps, 25 minutes, starting now, and I accelerate away, and I'm already thinking where I'm going to brake into turn 1. I'm on cold, hard tyres here. Braking just at the start of the rumble strip. I could have maybe braked a little bit later, but the nice thing about being in last place, the only benefit, is that you only have to look forwards, so I didn't have to defend, and I knew that things might kick off through the opening corners. I could see Matty there getting out of shape, so I'm looking to pounce on whoever I can, just keeping Silly Shot close, and keeping to the inside here, just normal racing line. I saw 2 cars off there, and yeah, it was Osman and Fazer. Osman lets me go through, and I've already passed the first 2 people, but all that matters is can I close the gap up to DJ, aka Grasshopper, up in front, the green car that's a few places ahead. Now, this Ford GT is very fast down the straights, and you'll notice this as we make our way through the race. Sai there, very slow, and I braked nice and early. Oz giving me lots of room there. Oz could have tried to outbrake me, but he didn't. He had the opportunity there, but he didn't take it, and I'm grateful. Oz was in the championship fight, by the way, until that last race. He qualified 8th. I don't know where he came, but it was down the bottom. Now, this, again, I didn't have my radar on here, and I had no idea where Sai was. Not Sai, Silly Shot. Sai's there. Managed to get them both into this corner, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, and Hoggy as well. Hoggy running out wide. So I'm thinking, oh, great. Now there's only Matty between me and Grasshopper. And look at this. Matty's really struggling with whatever tyres he's on. I don't know what tyres he's on, but the back of that car squirming like a fish. So I'm thinking to myself, right, I'm going to take this race to Matty. And then there's only 1 car between me and Grasshopper. At this stage, I think I was winning the championship. So, you know, whether I pass Matty or not the end of the world. I had a really poor exit there, and I'm very grateful that Sai didn't have a good exit himself, because Sai could have brought himself up to my back bumper there. I had such a poor exit. But you can see Matty now disappearing because of that poor exit. Braking a bit late there, I think, but I think I'll make the apex. But I struggled to find rhythm through that corner. In practice, I had a very special technique for that corner, which was to miss the apex, but use all of the rumble strip on the exit. The hairpin drops down as you take it, and that destabilizes the rear. So taking a wide line through there and using all of that rumble strip and asphalt on the exit. Oh, look at that. So I saw that. Grasshopper having a really poor exit. That promotes Matty up, and now there's only 1 car between us. And I'm gaining here, and I'm thinking, oh, can I have him? Obviously, a very tight, twisty part of the track, no real opportunity to get through here. Just setting a purple sector as well, just for good measure. I'm feeling like I'm in the driving seat of this race here, because I'm on hard tyres and I'm already in 5th place, and my championship rival is just there. So I'm feeling quite confident at this stage, and I'm just trying, if anything, to slightly underdrive the car. Just thinking to myself, like, I'd rather drive too slowly and keep it on track and not get penalties. You know, I know that the car was worth more time than what I was putting through it at this stage in the race. Now, do I learn my lesson here? So I want to be late. Yeah, that's later on the turn in. That's a better exit. That's what I was talking about. There you go. That's the technique that I've been practicing. Is just to not take the dark part of the asphalt there on the racing line, because it dips down too much. Now Grasshopper got a really good exit here, and I was like, oh, come on, I got a good exit, and you just pull away. but we'll find out what was happening later on. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm missing the apex there. This is not ideal, but look at these two fighting. And now this is where communication's key. I was saying to Matty over the radio, I'm on your inside, I'm on your inside. I didn't really go for it. I backed out. I wanted to leave it to the last minute to decide though, just in case there was an opportunity. And now just hooking to the inside. Grasshopper obviously getting back through, so now there's just a car between us again. Still, I'm okay for the championship. And that time, really nice down the hill, felt the car really nicely. Hook it to the inside. Got a much better exit that time as well. I was convinced that Matty had got a penalty for what he's for running wide there, but he got away with it. Very lucky, or very, very skilled. But I've got a monster slipstream on him here. I'm going to duck out, but I'm not going to take it. I'm just going to brake early. Just give him a mirror full of car, basically. Matty, very, very seasoned racer, didn't react. Right? That was all about trying to elicit a reaction. Just pull out of the slipstream and then pull back into it. Just make your car appear in his mirrors. And he didn't react at all, no mistakes. So I'm going to have to think of something else to get past Matty here. Trying to run it around the outside here, get a better exit. There's nothing going. I thought Matty would get a penalty there as well, because you're not supposed to use that rumble strip. But you can see here that he is holding me up. Look at this. I just can't get past. And now Hoggy is right behind me as well. I'm 0.6 of a second faster than my previous best through there. But Hoggy now joining the fight. Look at that. And Osman as well. So I can't let these guys go for too long. And I really needed a good exit through here to have another go at Matty. Matty actually had a brilliant exit there though, nothing I could do. Hoggy pulling us in here, so now we've got to start defending as well as attacking. This is where things can get nasty really quickly. Again, getting that toe there off Matty, braking much earlier than normal because of the toe. And again, just trying to take that wide line and use that rumble strip. Good exit from me that time, pulled a gap there on Hoggy, not having to defend anymore. And we're closing in on the leaders here as well. I can see up ahead, the Unforgiven and Bry. They're maybe 5 seconds ahead, something like that. Just done the fastest lap of my race. And we've got Matty defending thin air here. I don't know why he stayed to the inside, he didn't actually need to. And here I'm going to have a little look up his inside, but I'm nowhere near alongside enough, and he's got the inside anyway, so nothing I could do. Now I nearly lost the car there. That was a massive twitch for me. And then we've got some yellow flags because Bryce span, and I thought Hoggy overtook me on the yellows there. Oz didn't, but I'm sure that Hoggy got me on the yellows. At this point I'm like, oh, for God's sakes, if I'd have stayed on the back of Matty, I was in the driving seat for this race. Unfortunately that wasn't to be. But Hoggy getting out wide there, and then that compromises Oz. Oz having to swerve to avoid going into the back of Hoggy. Am I going to take advantage of it? Of course I am. Oz there pulling in, but Oz looks like he's faster than me here. Right, I had a really dodgy exit there as well. I'm going to have to rely on Hoggy's toe here, but Oz having a fantastic exit compared to me, and he's going to be in the slipstream here, and he's going to be a threat, I think, into turn 1. I can't remember what happens, by the way, but look at this, he's pulling me in. Is he going to go for a move? I don't think he's close enough. No, he's not. There we go. But look at the exit he gets, and now he's forcing me to the inside. This has compromised my line here. I'm just gathering it back up here, just kind of using the fact that there's nowhere to overtake through that part of the lap. So there we go, I've defended it, I can stop looking behind. I think he hit me there. because the car jolted forwards, but it's just a nibble. It's just a nibble, and nothing going. Just again, I'm just trying to get a good exit and use Hoggy to give me a slipstream. I'm still within the slipstream here of Hoggy, just about. Well, I think the gap's about 0.8, something like that, to Hoggy there. Still matching personal bests through here. Now, by the way, what I should have done is pit. I should have absolutely pitted on this lap. I go deep here, make a mistake, missed my braking slightly there, so that's sort of lost touch with Hoggy. I really should have pitted here, because there's enough fuel in this car to do 11 laps. You have to fuel save a tiny bit to get the 11th lap, but it is possible. At this stage I'm like, oh crap, Oz has got me. And he actually pulls it around the outside here. I hoped that I could keep onto him, but his exit was just way better. So at this stage I'm like, come on man, I'm 6th place. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cars between me and Grasshopper. Grasshopper in 2nd, so this would, I think, give us a tie in the championship, or it might actually be Grasshopper at this stage leading the championship, and I've got to find my way back past Oz and Hoggy somehow. Right, I've got to find my way past one of those two. Alright, now what I'm thinking to myself is I hope these guys are on the medium tyres as I make a complete arse of that corner again. I'm thinking to myself, I really hope these guys are on the mediums, because I can undercut them now in the pit lane if they are. So let's brake and go down a few gears, and I'm coming into the pits on this lap. I nearly got a track limits there. I had to get off the accelerator, and here we go. I'm the first person to pit in this whole battle. I've done my homework, and I should have pitted a lap earlier actually, but I'm hoping now when I come out of the pit lane that I'm not going to be in any traffic, but we'll have to see what happens. In the meantime, let's go on board with these guys in front and have a look what happens. So actually quite important, I want to go back and watch this because I've not seen this. So Matty looks like he's got a problem. I don't know what the problem was, but look at that, he was easing off and then letting Hoggy through. And Hoggy is on the mediums. And what's he going to do? I mean, I've not seen any of this, I was in the pits. And then another problem. So I don't know what's going on. He backs off and lets them through. I'll have to ask him afterwards. But this means then that it's oh, and Oz having problems of his own here. Oh, and he's got another problem there as well. So Oz having a bit of a nightmare lap here. He gives himself a penalty as well. He has to serve it next lap, not this lap. Hoggy maintains 3rd place. We've got Grasshopper up ahead, putting pressure here on Alex, Unforgiven. But is Grasshopper going to pit? He looks like it, but then he doesn't. Hoggy doesn't pit either. Osman doesn't pit, but Matty does. Matty says enough is enough and he pits. So let's go back on board with me. I am down in the last turn, in 10th place, in last place on the grid, but with Sai, Silly Shot and Matty all in the pit lane in front. So let's see, are we going to clear Matty? Are we going to get past Matty on this lap? I've been putting in very strong sectors on these medium tyres. I've been trying to make the most of them. Matty's refuelling there, and it says we're past, but we have to wait till the pit exit to find out. And there he is, we have got him. So those lifts or those problems he had on that lap has put him out behind, and I am already past one of the people between me and DJ, sorry, Grasshopper, we'll call him by his game name. this was really poor for me. I mean, look at that. It's like I was 0.06 off my hard pace there, whilst on the mediums. So, not everything going my way here. Not having the best sector, and a bit cautious through there as well. But let's see. Do we get a better exit through this again? So I'm not really driving very well here on this lap. You know, not really hooking up those apexes as best as I can. But we've got Grasshopper. I see there that he's on the mediums, and it puts a smile on my face because I know even if he comes out in front of me, he's going to be on the worst tyres. Right? And I'm thinking to myself now, can I pounce on him at the end of the race? So he's there getting fuel. We've got Phaser in front who needs to pit. Everyone in front of me needs to pit. So it's hammer time. Even though this lap's been crap, I'm like, okay, hammer time. And to be honest, I'm thinking these guys have handed me this on a plate at this stage because none of them have pitted. With the exception of Grasshopper, they've all stayed out. And I'm just going to be getting a massive undercut on them here with these good tyres. This time, much better through there. Nice and tidy. The lag makes it look like I'm not very smooth, but it is smooth because, you know, I've just gone purple. And yeah, really starting to make hay here. I can see Grasshopper in front. I can see that he's on the hard tyres as well. Much better apex that time. Got the traction control on, by the way, on this one. Had the traction control on both races, I think. I was winding the guys up in chat saying that I got it off. I was lying. I had it on. Much better pace, so 4/10 up on my hard pace. And it's much easier to hit this corner properly. In fact, you know what? I'm so full of crap because that was the wrong line through there. That was compromised, to say the least. So Hoggy pits. Let's see, is Hoggy going to come out in front or behind? Well, there he is. He's in front, I believe. But he's also in front of Grasshopper. So, there he is. He's in 5th place. So I'm currently 7th. Not looking good, is it? But I do realise everyone else has got to pit, and I'm on the faster tyres. So, got a bit of overtaking to do here on these guys. But let's see if I can do it. Well, a purple first sector again. Just keeping it nice and tidy to the inside. I have got Matty who's keeping up with me behind me. I can see that as well. The gap to Matty staying about the same. But I'm about to obviously get into a fight here with my championship rival. And at this stage, I've already won the championship if I finish where I am. But I'm thinking, let's leave nothing to chance, right? Let's try and get Grasshopper. I've got a massive pace advantage on him here. He is in the toe of Hoggy, so it's going to make life difficult for me. But let's just see what I can do. So, you see there, I was easing up to him and just trying to judge the gap because I don't want to be too close. I wanted to just be like 2/10 behind him because that's the best place to be in the slipstream. Right, so I'm placing my car specifically for the slipstream here. And here we go, we've got a toe on him. Let's just go off board. I didn't have this luxury, but there we go. We're in front of the braking zone, and there we go. He gives me room. I just take a wide line, and there we go. We are past our championship rival, and now I just have to, well, now any place that I gain is just a bonus, right? If I get past Hoggy and Oz, then it's a bonus. But I want to just do as well as I can, really. I can see here Hoggy a lot slower than me because he's on the hard tyres. And I can see, look at that, he's struggling so much on those hard tyres. Everyone struggles on the hard tyres. So I'm just being ultra cautious, don't want to go sending him into the barriers. And then it's all about trying to get a slipstream. He's in the slipstream here of Oz. but I've got a double toe. I've got a toe off Hoggy, I've got a toe off Oz, and that toe here doing its job. I need to be the last of the late breakers, and there we go, but I'm a bit deep. Can I bring it back? Keep it inside track limits. We both get around there, and I'm in the toe of Oz here as well. So just pull across, take my line, and we have got an opportunity now to get Oz. This will be for second place if I can get it. Too far back here, obviously, but gaining. And let's see what we can do on the brakes. Just a bit of a wide line. I'm just going to cut back though, get onto the power. And it's time to repay Oz the favour from when he overtook me. He's all wide there. He's struggling with these hard tyres. He's on the hards as well at this stage. So I'm seeing a dominant championship win now, rather than just a championship win. Right, I'm already ahead of Grasshopper. Let's try and get Oz as well. And nearly running into the back of him through there. I had to get out of it. But setting up a monster run here. He got a great exit there. Much to my chagrin, it's an interesting word. He got a great exit there, outside of slipstream range. This battling costing me, 0.6 of a second a lap. Grasshopper there as well, just for good measure. So I'm a bit tight here to the line again, not taking the right line there, but Oz is on the hard tyres, so he's never going to get a good exit out of there, even if he nails it. And this time round, I'm a bit far back. And he breaks the toe there, very critical. He broke the toe. I managed to get it back, but I am going to have to really try here. And I'm really late on the brakes, and I'm going straight on. And he manages to pull back, but I get the traction. I managed to get the traction going, and I've got the place. I'm up into second place. I'm just, at this stage, my rhythm's broken a little bit, so I'm just happy to... for a second there as well. But this is where the medium tyres come in, right? I can see he can't do anything against me. I'm on medium tyres, he's on hards. Now my question is, where is Alex Unforgiven? Well, he's there. I want the win. I want a double win to finish the championship off with, and he is 3 seconds ahead, and I'm gaining at a second a lap. So this is now for the win, not just to win the championship. Right, anything can happen. I mean, I could crash, for God's sakes, but let's see what's going to happen here. Well, let's not. Let's make the video a bit shorter. I'm going to go round. Basically, for the next few laps, I reel Alex in, but I'm running out of laps, right? So, thanks for joining. You're just about to see who wins the championship. Go back and watch the whole video if you want to see the suspense. But here I am, second place, 2 laps to go. My championship rival down in 6th place. And I'm now going for the race win. Right, so we've got Unforgiven in the lead. He's got a decent lead here, but I am catching him. And I'm thinking there's not many overtaking opportunities left. I get it slightly wrong through there as well, which doesn't help. I make so many mistakes in this race. I'll tell you what I'm thinking. I'll tell you what I'm thinking at this stage. Is I was making a lot of mistakes by my standards, and if I hadn't have made any of those mistakes, I'd be leading the race by now. So always a critic of myself. I'm just like, I missed that apex, right? And I'm just, even if I win the race at this stage, I'm thinking to myself, mate, you didn't drive smoothly, you didn't drive as sexy as you know you can, right? You made it look like hard work, right? So yeah, I'm not really on it per se. Now I'm too far behind Alex here, so just backing off here. But Alex defends thin air, and then he was on the microphone there going crap or something like that. but nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. I'm not going to be able to get around his outside there. That's just a suicide move. So now I'm just thinking 2 more opportunities. I've got the hairpin at the end of the lap, and I've got over the line as well. Can I overtake him over the line? Well, don't know. But let's see what happens. So I get a nice exit here, and he gets a really bad exit. Now this is actually not as good as it looks, because at this stage I'm not really able to use his slipstream for as long as I want. I want it to be in his slipstream ever so slightly longer than this. He's gone to the inside, gone nice and early. Alright, I've gone to the outside, I've got the lead. Now he outbrakes me, and I know he's there on the inside, but I just turn in and clip him. Matty gets both, well, Matty gets me. So I've gone down to 3rd place. I've got a slipstream of both of these guys. Can I catch them before the line? Well, no, because Unforgiven is giving Matty the tow, and there we go. We come home 3rd place, which is not what I wanted. I wanted to go out with a win, but the important man is Grasshopper. Grasshopper comes 6th place, which means I'm not allowed to say it. Oz said he wouldn't watch the stream if I said the phrase. I'm not saying the phrase, Oz. I'm not saying it. Alright, you can all think it. Alright, I said where I needed to finish in order to win the championship, and I finished there. Alright, so pending stewards' inquiries. I hope I don't go to the stewards for anything. I think I drove clean. You've just watched the stream. I'm hoping that Bry doesn't stewards me, because he did hit me and spin, and I didn't wait for him. But I think, he hit me. I didn't hit him. Right? So, yeah. Don't know. Anyway, that is it. That is the championship. It would be a shame if it was decided in the stewards' room. You see, I'm just so anxious. I worry about everything. I'm sure it'll be fine. All right, but for now, Oz. I'm still not saying it. Oz. But for now, the championship result is what it is, and I'm very happy. Right, and thanks again, everyone, for following me through all the live races through this season. I hope you've enjoyed being on board with me. I'm sorry I couldn't do it on board this race. It was just too stressful. All right, I'm back tomorrow with Sunday's championship. That's not broadcast by myself. That's done by there's a commentator. But I'm hoping for good results tomorrow as well. Thanks, everyone, for joining. And I'm off to go have a pizza. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you very soon.